Greetings everyone, welcome to the channel. This is EddieSetGo. If you are new to the channel, then please make sure to subscribe to see future motorcycle content. So today's video is all about the Yamaha MT09 for 2021. So the middleweight naked from Yamaha for 2021 is set to get an engine update to meet Euro 5 emissions. Now this is not a huge update, but it is going to be slightly larger in capacity. It's going to go from 847cc to 890cc. And it looks to be putting out about 4 more brake horsepower. So 4 more horsepower. I think it's currently 114, isn't it? So it's going to go to 118 brake horsepower. So that's kind of the news in a nutshell, but it's quite an exciting bit of news for me really, and I'll explain very shortly. But first, so the information I found comes from Germany's Federal Motor Transport Authority. You know, it sounds very formal. It sounds like they know what they're doing there. And what's come out of that is they've published an emissions test for a middleweight naked Yamaha motorcycle. Now the model code on the emissions test that I found, the model code is MTN890D. Now this is a new code that they've never used before, so it's a new bike. But previous MT motorcycles like the MT07, MT10, they've all had very similar model codes in the past. So this looks to be, if you can kind of, we can all put 2 and 2 together, it does look like this could be the new MT09 update. And what is also, making this quite obvious is that the engine output is 118 brake horsepower. The current MT has 114, and I say the engine capacity's gone up to 890 cc's. So we can all pretty much see that. It looks like an MT, it smells like an MT. It's probably going to be the new MT09 update for next year to meet the Euro 5 emissions. So that's the information that I've got. So as we know, Yamaha have already updated a couple of bikes in the range, and one of them is the Tracer 700. So that had a huge update in terms of styling. So new Euro 5 compliance, and with that they updated the styling. It looks meaner, it has the LED lights on it, it looks just more up to date and more refreshing to look at. As we know, the Triumph with the Street Triple, they also updated that this year, and they had the new exhaust pipe with a bit of carbon touch, and they also updated all of the the fairing, and they also changed the headlights as well. So that had a really nice refresh. And what's exciting for this is, if Yamaha update the engine, they could be updating the looks of the bike. And I like the look of the MT09. It's a bit plasticky at the front. I think they could do something better with the lights. They do look quite cool, but I've seen a lot of aftermarket cowling that people put on their bikes. I think Pyramid Plastics do a really nice cowling for the MT09. And I hope that Yamaha do something refreshing with the, if they do give it a facelift next year. So that's kind of part of the exciting point really, is that with this engine update for Euro 5, hopefully Yamaha will update the bike as well and give a bit of a refresh, maybe some new colours. But what's also exciting is the MT platform, this chassis and the engine are also used in the XSR900. That bike hasn't been updated since it was released back in 2016. I mean, yes, we've had some colour schemes, some new paint jobs, and they look great. I love the current red and white with the gold wheels. That was the best bike I saw in Motorcycle Live last year. But the XSR900, in terms of mechanically and all the ergonomics and everything, it's all exactly the same as when it was released. So hopefully, if the MT09 is going to get an update, the chassis and the engine for the XSR900 will also get an update, perhaps even a facelift. So it'd be quite exciting to see what they do with that. Now the other exciting aspect of this is earlier in the year, the Japanese motorcycle magazine Young Machine published a mock-up of potentially the new FZ900. So this is all based on the FZ950 from the 80s and early 90s. If you don't know about the FZ950, it was Yamaha's kind of road bike, sports bike. It had a half fairing on the front. It looked really cool. It had a very big following. It was massively successful. And what Young Machine are kind of predicting is that Yamaha could be using the MT09 platform, like they do with the XSR, and creating this new half-faired FZ900. So if there's this new engine that's going to be rolling out next year to update the MT09, the XSR, it would be a great time to unveil the new FZ900, which is going to use the same platform apparently. But you know, this is just rumor. This is me just kind of wishful thinking. I would love to see the FZ900 make a debut in the next 6 months to 12 months. I think it's going to be hugely successful if they do, because like I say, the MT09 is nice. I'm not a big fan of the front end, the headlights. I would love to see a sporty half fairing version of that bike, and I think it would look really cool. There should be a version on the screen I'm showing you now from Young Machine. That's their mock-up of it. So there you have a bit of news about the Yamaha MT09 for 2021 getting a Euro 5 emissions update, it seems. And who knows, keep our fingers crossed, it might get an aesthetic update, perhaps an update for the XSR900 as well, which uses the same platform. And you never know, we might even get treated to a brand new FZ900. Do any of these updates excite you at all? Would you like to see the MT or the XSR updated? Do you think they need updating? And what about the FZ900? Let me know in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, then please make sure to subscribe to see future motorcycle content. I've been EddieSetGo. Ride safe, drive safe, and I'll see you next time.